Hello, welcome back to another episode of SED Podcast. We're so happy to have you here today, and we would love you to stick around to the end because our topic for today is very interesting and would benefit a lot of people who want to start up in real estate, not just as freelance but in the corporate 9 to 5 aspects of real estate. So today we're going to be talking about corporate real estate. Now we're going to be talking about the 9 to 5 aspect of real estate, because oftentimes when we are talking about real estate, we often limit it to just freelance, meaning working for like 20 other real estate companies at the same time. But as a corporate real estate worker, you're going to be working for long real estate, and it's going to be majorly 9 to 5 and maybe weekends. So we have a lovely, amazing, intelligent young woman here today. She's the internal head of SED Properties Limited. She's going to be talking to us and shedding more light as to how it feels or what it is to work in the corporate 9 to 5 sector of real estate. Today with us, we have the internal head of SED Properties Limited, a leading real estate company in Lagos, Nigeria. Miss Annabelle Omorege will be shedding more light on corporate real estate. Hello, Annabelle.
Hi.
So happy to have you here today.
Happy to be here.
This is my madam, this is my Oga at the top. So, Annabelle, introduce yourself.
Okay, like she said, my name is Annabelle Omorege, and I'm the head of internal operations for SED Properties.
Head of internal operations. When you see her, you know that you've seen
5 months.
And you are the internal head.
Yes, I am.
Wow, your track record should be studied. That's very impressive. That's a really impressive rise. I mean, it's not common to see a lot of people rise so high to a managerial position, especially when they've not worked up to 5 years or 3 years in a corporate organization. Do we say it's easier to rise in the real estate corporate sector compared to any other corporate sector that we have?
To be fair, no. Or in my opinion, no, I don't think it is. I just feel like, or I think real estate organization is equivalent to every other corporate organization in Nigeria. So I don't think it's easy per se.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, no, I think corporate sector is a corporate sector, regardless of what corporate sector you're in.
Exactly.
The structure is still the same. So you would say you work extra hard and extra smart to rise this fast.
Yeah.
And so I feel like every other person, especially every other young female watching you from home, will feel very motivated to see how far you rose in your... Yes. So how has your experience been so far? How has your experience been as the internal head? I'm sure it's not easy because you are the mouthpiece of the organization. You report back to the boss.
To be honest, it has really not been easy, especially since I assumed the position of the head of internal operations. A lot is expected from me, and for any case, or in any case I fumble, I get lashed out a lot.
Yes.
Like I get more lashed out, which is is normal than than every other normal person, because like I said, because of the position, a lot is expected. Like I'm meant to, and if I go below expectation, I get queried and all that. And sometimes I wouldn't say I enjoy it all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's overwhelming and tasking.
That means to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes, and scenario where you're trying to make everything perfect.
Yes.
To avoid mistakes and avoid queries or stuff like that. Yes.
So you have to maintain a balance in the work ecosystem. A lot of people, when they think of real estate, they are more familiar with you being a freelancer, meaning you just come and sell for a company. A lot of people are not aware of the 9 to 5 aspect of real estate, that you can apply to a real estate company and work full time with the real estate company, not just as a freelancer that sells. So can you tell us how you got into SED Properties Limited?
Okay, well, I just got into SED properties. Like I didn't think I was going to go into real estate.
Yes.
I just let me just be honest. I just applied to work in SED properties because I just wanted to earn.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. I just wanted to earn. So I was working to earn, and I started
Building interest and love.
building interest here in the company and all that. Not just in the company, in real estate. So on my own, I had to set up an Instagram business page to sell on my own, because another thing that was motivating me was the money. You know, if you as a 9 to 5er minus your salary, apart from your salary, if you make sales, you get a certain percent of
the sale.
Yeah, of the sales. So I tried as much as possible to make sales, even though I was not in sales department, I was in admin.
Yes.
So I tried as much as possible to set up a page for myself, to set up myself, to try and build myself to know more about sales and try every possible means to sell. Sorry, though it was not easy. It was very, very selling real estate is actually very difficult.
Especially when you're a 9 to 5er, you know, trying to juggle work and having to be a salesman is a rotor by the side too, but it's not easy.
It's not easy at all. It takes a lot of effort, consistency, and hard work. Consistency, more of consistency, because you have to keep posting, you have to keep telling people, you just have to keep doing. Even if let me just give an instance. There was a time where I had a client. You get a lot of disappointments. There was a time where I had a client, and I wasn't even the one that got the client. This client came to me. A client came to me and he said he wanted to get 5 plots of land. And no, he wanted to get 8 plots, sorry.
Oh, wow.
And you know, he came for inspection and everything. Yeah, 1 acre. He came for inspection and everything. You know, when you know that you didn't get this client. I don't know how I'm going to explain it, but I think most realtors will be able to relate. When you did not get this client yourself, like you didn't struggle to get this client. This client actually came to meet you, and you've already calculated the amount you're going to make here, like commission and everything, like 7% of 8 plots. That's a lot. And I've already calculated the money, how I'm going to spend the money and everything. And something just happened, and because I was not really into it, I didn't know how to explain to these clients, that like educate the clients, because I didn't really have like much knowledge then on how to convince the clients and everything. So that was how I lost the clients. And to be very honest, that day I cried at work. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is that it's not easy. After that time, for a period of time, I stopped posting. I stopped doing stuff because I was just discouraged. I was disappointed. I felt really, I'm like, is this how this thing is? Let me just stop. Let me just concentrate on my 9 to 5, like my documentation aspects and all that. Let me just concentrate on this. I'm not going to be bothered about selling. If it comes, it comes. I wasn't pushing. You understand? So I stopped, and I think I stopped doing that thing for like 4 or 5 months.
Yes.
I took a pause for like 4 or 5 months. I was devastated. Like I was
anyone would.
Yeah, so that's why I feel. Then I started again. Then I just said, okay, let me just be taking this thing like
one step at a time.
Let me just keep posting, like
yes,
anything can happen. Do you understand? Let me just keep telling people that okay, this is what I do and all that. And most people feel like I'm in sales department. Most people feel like because of the way I post and all that. So yeah, that's it.
And she did make sales though, so never give up. She did make sales. We're so proud of you, Annabelle. she did make sales. You would say that juggling 9 to 5 and actually selling is not easy. And for people who are freelance, who all they do every day is chase a client or go out to see a client or go out to meet a client. You are in the office. Your chasing per se is limited to social media and maybe weekends when you're free. that's definitely difficult for you, especially when you want to make a sales career in real estate.
Well, I wouldn't say it's difficult. Why? Because you working as a 9 to 5 in a real estate organization, it makes it more easy. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? I said so because it's easy for you to stay in the office and chase a particular client. As far as you're chasing the clients for that particular thing, like for sales, do you understand? For the company, it's easy for you to do that. You can still do whatever you are doing, and then I just feel like it's balanced. You just have to like balance it. It's actually, I don't know how to explain it, but let me just try. You have a client that wants to buy a property, and the person is buying from your company. I mean, you try as much as possible to, you can still balance it, you can still make calls in the office. The company even gives you like an easier access to, because you can make videos for your clients in the office. You can get easy access to documentation, like stuff like survey and all that, to send to the clients immediately if you're in the office, like working from the office. So I feel like it's easier to do that, and also to be a realtor and also do your 9 to 5
in real estate.
So
as a 9 to 5 person in real estate, you would say it's probably easier for you to make sales than a realtor, because you get to show that you are directly affiliated with the company. And
you have like access to almost everything.
Yes, and people can trust your word when you say, oh, this land is good, you can buy it. So
because you are in the company, like you're part of the company.
Exactly. That's really nice. So can you tell us what your job as the internal head entails?
It's basically seeing to the day-to-day activities in the office, internal operations, everything that has to do with the office, the staff, the office running, the day-to-day office running. Yeah, that's
so you are like
summary
semi-CEO of the company.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, please.
Yes, so that means a core part of you being a major part of your job is going to be documentation.
Yes,
especially documentation.
Because I follow that admin department.
Yes,
so documentation. Everything that has to do with clients related. Legal work. Work hand in hand with lawyer, company lawyer. Work hand in hand with the company surveyor. It's mostly documentation.
Yes, so now I'm talking about documentation because I know a lot of people, when it comes to real estate, are very skeptical about documentation because they feel like lands that don't have title, when they say, oh, this land is registered survey, they feel like it's not something you should buy.
Assignments.
Yes, so having you here who works directly in that department, that's what you do every day. I think it's great for you to shed more light on that to help realtors and other people that are interested in investing in real estate.
Okay, well, first of all, I would say before buying into anything, you are supposed to like do an in-depth research on what you are going to buy. Okay, so in real estate, most people don't do their due diligence before investing. So I had a client recently, and she said something about documentation. She was like, the property is not entitled to property, it's not C of O, and the property is selling for 1.2 million. And she said it's not C of O, that she needs a C of O, that somebody told her that a deed of assignment document is just like a receipt, it's just like a contract of sales documents between the family, the real estate company buys from, and the company. So I'm like, no, that's not what a deed of assignment document is. A deed of assignment document is a document that lets you perfect a title. Like, it gives you permission, that it gives you, yes, a transfer, that SED Properties Limited is transferring this property to you, and you can go and perfect your title, whatever title you want. Even when you buy a C of O property, you still need your deed of assignment document. So deed of assignment document is a very necessary document in any transaction. So I feel like people should just read about these things. It's actually sometimes it can be confusing. It can be confusing, but if you do your in-depth research, you understand. Do every day new things come up and all that. That's why I feel like people should just try and do their research. It's not really that easy to understand, but if you have somebody that's is in the legal sector or somebody that is also in real estate to explain it to you, then you can make the person, instead of just jumping into conclusions or listening to a layman's definition of these terms.
Yes, that's very important. It's important to actually know these things for yourself. I think when it comes to real estate, a lot of people rely on hearsay. Oh, my friend told me that this land is in the middle of water. This land is not. It's best to know things for yourself. Find a company first that you can trust. They help you through the hassle of the investment journey. They are with you from the beginning to the very end. So you should feel at ease when you want to invest with, especially with us in SED Properties. We are the best. We're definitely the best. So I'm happy that you shed more light on documentation and how, if a land has a registered sale, it doesn't mean you can't invest in it. The government has any claim on that land, they could still take it away. I think that's something that people don't know.
That's something people don't know.
Yes, but with real estate, there's always a way for us to work around situations like if the if the worst happens, the reason, like the most important part of it that you're buying from a real estate company is that we bear the risk. So how do you balance your 9 to 5 in real estate with other things in your life? Social life, romantic life? I'm sure you have all of that. Do you have a social life?
Yeah, I have of course I'm true. I have a social life. So I work Mondays to Fridays, Saturdays most times. Then I go out on Sundays, go to church. After church on Sundays, I always make sure I hang out with my friends and try to catch up.
Work-life balance, very important.
Which is necessary.
So
and then also in real estate too, it's not just work as a 9 to 5. We create time to hang out. We create time to relate as aside work. So we have TGIF Fridays.
This Friday.
Friday. So we, after work, we just hang out, discuss a bit, get to know each other more, play games and stuff like that. So sometimes we leave the office and we go out to do stuff like that.
Yes, we have like this lovely TGIF activity that we have here, where we go to like restaurants, nice places, and we eat, and we just an organization thrives when everybody's most times in harmony, understand each other, and your work just flows. So I think as a corporate sector or a workforce, we celebrate togetherness, work-life balance, and that's something I know that new generation corporate organizations are trying to push, that you can work and also have a life. And I feel the real estate sector is one sector that really promotes that. Yes. So Annabelle, it was so great having you with us today. We hope to bring you on next time.
Thank you.
But before we go, I would like you to tell advice who wants to come into real estate through the corporate sector, not as a freelancer. What piece of advice do you have for them?
Well, I would say in this generation, and I know, and we all know that everybody wants to work. Everybody wants to be a 9 to 5. Everyone wants to
be their own boss.
Forgetting that's even the most difficult aspect. Being an entrepreneur is actually very, 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 very exhausting. So I would say that you should have, if you want to be a 9 to 5, you have to go to a place where you love what you're actually doing. You want to be a 9 to 5 in real estate, you have to fall in love with real estate. It's not even you have to. You eventually fall in love with real estate, because it's not just real estate. It's not like every other. It's like every other organization, every other
In
corporate
terms of
organization.
structure.
But it's fun because you get to create content, you get to make videos, you get to sell, you get to make money, you get to
Inside.
yeah. So and aside the monthly income,
Yes.
you
Sure.
get
Commission for
commission.
something.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
You get to go out, inspections.
Inspections.
You don't just stop.
you're not just
at
stuck
office.
in yeah, exactly. So yeah.
So it's actually a great sector to work in. Well, thank you once more for coming.
Welcome.
Yeah. See you same time next week. We'll be so happy and ecstatic to have you on here. Bye.
Bye.